Yo, it's Ian from the future. Before we get to our regularly scheduled program, if you can, go down to the bio and pre-save my song Let Me Go. It's the remix of the original Let Me Go. It's going to be great. Comes out November 4th. Go down, pre-save the fucking link. Don't be a douche knuckle. On to your regularly scheduled program.
Finally move into Halloween Ends.
The movie.
What the fuck? Nick, 4 years ago, you and I, who else was there?
Oh, it's Connor.
Connor.
I think that was it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You, me, and Connor 4 years ago went to a movie in 2018. Because every year in October time, we like to do spooky things every weekend just to get into the mood. And a lot of those things consist of going to scary movies in the theater. I, as a kid, did not like scary movies
Really?
at all. Hated them. Wanted and like the trying not to throw names, but like
Yeah.
the Bretts and the Tylers and the Kennys and the Riley, they loved watching scary movies, and I was a pussy as a kid, and I hated it. It would be terrifying. We would watch like Insidious, and then Kenny's dumbass would be like, "There's a face in the window," and then I would be terrified for weeks on end.
So did you get stuck watching a lot of them?
Yes. I couldn't go anywhere, so I got stuck watching her. I remember we watched the Scream 4, I think.
Oh,
And
those aren't that bad though, right?
yeah, but when you're 10,
I guess.
it's a little different. Like there's a scene at the end of the movie. I'm gonna spoil it. If you haven't seen it, it's fucking 15 years old. What are you doing? They like had this guy like tied up, and then they just shoot him in the head, and like his brain just splats all over the floor, and he's like screaming not for them to do it, and then they just pop him, and that like traumatized me for weeks and weeks.
It haunted you?
I was messed up from that. That one was like really bad. Hold on. That one was like super bad. Okay. So that one scared me. I just sent you an email, but it was more of like me just making a note that I can look at later. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Don't worry about that. So that one was terrible. What else? The Grudge was terrible. Or like it's like I don't even know, a ghost movie. Paranormal Activity. Those ones really messed me up because those ones were like
on the camera too. The way they did it.
These are true.
Those were pretty good though, I will say.
Dude, those ones
like
petrified me as a kid, and I was a pussy, so I was scared. And nowadays, like, as a fully functioning man with an incredible looking beard,
yeah, it's growing good.
This looks like shit. I look like I shouldn't be within 500 yards of a school zone.
You have it just like right underneath. You don't have it right here.
It's my neck beard. It's my neck beard, and then I got the pedo stash. I wish it just connected. I wouldn't be bad if it just connected. But, like, yeah, those ones already scared me. But now as like a fully functioning adult-ish,
you like them?
I can go to horror movies and they don't really scare me as much, but I'm never going to be the guy who just sits down alone and like watches a horror movie.
That's what I was going to say. Going to the theater, I like going to the theater for scary movies because the sound effects, they turn the lights down low. But like sitting at home watching them,
and I
hate that.
I can like scream and talk shit as much as I want in the movie theaters, and hopefully it will piss somebody off. But like, so 2018, that means we were juniors in high school, right?
Seniors. And we
graduated in 2019.
Yeah. So we went in October 2018.
Right.
So that'd be when we were seniors.
So, man, that was a long time ago.
It does feel long.
So Halloween was the biggest movie that was out, and it's a horror movie. Halloween is an iconic horror movie franchise.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is an iconic horror movie character. You got your Michael Myers of the world. You got your Jason Voorhees of the world. You got your Freddy Kruegers. You got your Chuckies. You got your
Chucky.
Ghostface from Screams. Those are like the top 5, I think. So Michael Myers is back. This is like the first Michael Myers movie or Halloween movie in a while. The director was pretty good, and it was like marketed, and the trailers look kick-ass too, because the final girl, Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, famous actor, incredible actress, excuse me. She was the final girl, and she was the babysitter in the original 1978 movie. Maybe Halloween 1978. So she was the original babysitter in the 1978 movie. She's been in so many different Halloween movies until I think that she just kind of stopped being in them, and then they rebooted it. And then they rebooted it, and then she wasn't in the rebooted ones, and then this one is like a continuation of
the older series,
but this is a timeline, whereas the first 1978 movie happens, and then Halloween 2018 is supposed to be like the second one. There is no Halloween 2. There is no Halloween 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Resurrection. This is just Halloween, the original, and then Halloween 2018. And then the Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends for the ones that follows. So the 2018 version, I still really didn't fuck with horror movies, but we went and saw It, and I really liked It. And we saw It Chapter 2, which I think may have been, I don't even know when that movie came out. I believe we were in college. At that point, we're in college. But
we went and watched that one, right?
We went and saw...
Did we go and watch both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched the second one, I remember, but the first one, I fell asleep at.
You did. Because I think that was after Homecoming, correct?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. We were probably...
I have no idea what year.
It must have been sophomores.
Yeah, or juniors.
Sophomores or juniors in college, or high school.
Yeah.
So I was kind of coming around to the whole horror movie idea thing. Again, I'm not going to ever watch it by myself. I'm a fucking lunatic. But if it's an interesting concept, I'm in. Like, if it looks interesting, I'm in. If it's not just overly generic.
Like, you like the Barbarian? Like the trailer.
The Barbarian trailer was spooky.
Yeah, that looked goody.
Yeah, but...
the movie itself is terrible.
Well, a lot of people like it because it's outside the box. But me, I'm just kind of like, that's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Baby. So we went and saw Halloween 2018. Just because horror movie franchise iconicness, it was the biggest movie out during Halloween. Had to go see it. I love that movie. That might be one of my favorite horror movies I've ever seen. I don't know if you remember it.
I get them confused.
This is the one where...
Does he break out in this
one? He breaks out in this one. The bus crashes.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
He, slams the guy's head into the bathroom stall, 50 times.
Yeah.
Laurie Strode is in this. She's a badass. She's like John Wick. She's shooting guns, blows his fingers off, stabs him, hits him with a frying pan, and then they lock him in the basement.
Yeah, I remember that part. And then
so Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends were not planned whenever this movie came out. Halloween 2018 was just supposed to be one and done. This is the sequel. This is the end of Laurie Strode and Michael Myers.
But did they do so good? Is that why?
Yes, they made so much money that the studio just couldn't leave well enough alone, which I'm fine if they did one more, two more. There's just a way to do it. The issue with making a Halloween movie and a franchise and sequels off of it is that it's not a very complicated process. The 1978 movie, crazy guy escapes, murders a bunch of babysitters. That's it. It's simplistic. It's easy. The whole movie takes place in this one little neighborhood or house. The budget was like nothing.
I gotta watch that. It sounds good.
It's it's fantastic. It's probably one of the best Halloween movies. We should watch that, actually.
Yeah, we should.
That would be funny. It's spooky. It's simplistic. The idea of Michael Myers. Michael Myers was the first thing. Like, it was his first appearance. Nobody knew about him really. All we knew is that he was just he was an insane guy in a white mask who had some supernatural kind of elements to him where he was.
Yeah.
But it was
messed up thoughts.
Yeah, but it wasn't like nobody knew what his thoughts were. It was a simplistic idea. Murderer kills babysitters. Now, that movie made a bunch of money, and now they're like, hey, how do we make 78 more films out of this? How? You really can't.
Yeah.
I mean, you kill him, and then they bring him back where he's, like, some of the movies, he's, like, cursed. He's in a cult where he is immortal. And, So you're just throwing so many ideas out there and hoping something sticks. And that's where, like, horror movies in, like, the 1990s and the early 2000s were not really great.
Yeah.
Because they were just kind of throwing everything at the fucking wall and seeing if anything stuck. So the original Halloween movie, horror classic, one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Halloween 2018 is supposed to be the follow-up to that movie. We really liked it, or at least I really liked it. I thought it was an awesome movie. And when they announced Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, I was 100% down. And I was a little skeptical about the Halloween Ends thing because I was like, okay, how long are we going to kind of like drag this on? Obviously, that means Michael's not really in any danger.
And he's not going to die.
Yeah, he's not going to die in Halloween Kills. So this is like, I was worried that Halloween Kills was going to feel like the redheaded stepchild, middle child. Where it was just kind of like it was just kind of like a building process, like an extra chapter. That was my fears. I had a long time to sit on it because then the pandemic happened, and then Halloween Kills finally came out. Sure as shit, that's what it felt like. No, I didn't hate the movie because I understood what it was. It was a middle chapter to something that was supposed to happen in a conclusion that was going to be epic. Michael Myers murders just so many people. I think like this is some of the most. I want to say it's like it broke the record. I don't know if it broke the record, but like Michael Myers gets like,
for deaths? Is that what you're
something like that?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but like Carnage is great in this movie. He is stabbing people with light poles. He's railing guys' heads into fences. He breaks out of the burning house and kills everybody with a.
That was pretty badass.
Yeah, like he kills the whole fire brigade. But like this movie has its flaws where Laurie Strode is locked in the hospital the whole time, and I predicted that from the get-go that she was never leaving the hospital. I knew that was going to be the case because they wanted to build towards the third movie.
Yeah.
Sure as shit, that was the case. Which is fine. I just wish it was executed a little bit better. The dialogue in this movie isn't great. They're speaking in all Shakespearean. The evil of Michael Myers. He transcends as he kills. That's stupid.
Doesn't he just walk away?
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. They bring back. They tried to make Haddonfield, which is the town, a character in this movie. I love that idea. It was executed poorly because they created this mob and they killed some fat Danny DeVito looking guy. Not that Danny DeVito. I love Danny DeVito. The guy looked like. I'm not saying that the guy is fat, so therefore he's different Danny DeVito. I'm saying that the guy kind of looked like Danny DeVito, but the guy was probably short. Yeah, I'm trying to say this without seeming like a dick. I fucking love Danny DeVito. I'm not saying this guy looked like Danny DeVito because he's fat. I apologize because I'm fat too, so I'm sorry. But like, this guy was like he wasn't Michael Myers. You know what I'm saying? The guy that they killed thinking that he was Michael Myers, was fucking stupid. He was like 4'11".
Oh, I see what you mean.
Michael
I
is
just looked him up.
yeah, Michael is 6'8".
Yeah.
Why they thought that this guy was Michael Myers at any point in time? They just threw this in there to pad the runtime of the movie.
Yeah.
Because wanna know why? Because the concept of a serial killer just killing babysitters is not a very complicated process to pad.
Hard to stretch out too.
Yeah, to pad. Like I said, they had a movie and a half of good ideas, and they made 3 movies.
Yeah, it's gonna.
But I didn't hate it. That I don't buy that they killed him because he looks like Michael, because he doesn't. The dialogue is bad because everybody said evil dies tonight 30-something times.
And it didn't happen.
And it didn't happen. Meanwhile, Michael Myers is just going around on fucking cracked out of his mind.
Kicking doors. I remember the car door.
Yeah,
scene.
that scene was incredible. The deaths, the kills in the scene are the most brutal in the franchise.
They're awesome.
They're incredible.
When they happen.
I mean, he is killing people left and right. The light pole thing was incredible. The firefighter kills are incredible. Then he kills everybody in the car, stabs the guy in the face, kicks the. We were audibly cheering wherever he kicked the door and the gun flicked back and she blew her head off. Michael is a badass in the movie.
That was probably the best scene of the movie.
Oh, that movie, that scene was sick. There's great scenes in this movie.
But
he's killing people left and right. The most brutal scene in the movie is where he kills the granddaughter's boyfriend. I don't even remember that scene.
Yeah, they're on the stairs, right?
Yeah, they're on the stairs and he's slamming his neck into the corner of the stairs. In the wood and slamming it back and forth. And then he's walking down the stairs where the dude's head is here and he turns and he just grabs it and twists it all the way around. Brutal.
Yeah, but that's what makes the movie all right.
I mean, it was brutal. So the kills and the action in this movie is fantastic. The issue is the script writing.
Yeah.
Because then you get to the end of this movie where the town attacks Michael and you're in a complicated point where if you're going to have Haddonfield be the character and you're making it where this is the second film in the trilogy, obviously Michael's not going to die, so he's going to get out of this when he shouldn't get out of this because it's Michael...
40 people, right?
Yeah, maybe more. With weapons. He takes 8 shots in the chest. Not to mention this is supposed to be the same night as 2018. In the previous film, he gets stabbed. He gets hit with a frying pan.
Lit on fire.
Run over from a car. He gets lit on fire. He gets his hand and fingers blown off. Then in this one, he takes a pitchfork to the back. He gets shot 6 more times. He's stabbed with a knife in the neck. He's beaten with a brick. With a bag full of bricks. He's hitting with 2x4s and baseball bats and hockey sticks. And he's just getting the shit kicked out of him.
He's also 70, right?
And he's 75 or something like that. And he's supposed to be just a man. They really nailed that home. He's just a guy. He's a guy who's capable of incredible things, but not impossible things, according from the director himself. That is a direct quote that he said. Do you know what's impossible? Getting the shit kicked out of you by 50 guys and just getting up and standing up and killing the entire town.
Yeah.
Jank. So I can excuse that. Then he goes and kills Laurie's daughter, somehow gets back into the house that is surrounded with ambulances and police force and
walks out of there somehow.
He walks in there first, kills the mom, and then leaves.
No one sees him.
Nobody sees him. So this is where the movie starts to have problems because that could have been a fantastic end. If Laurie and him fight and then she lures him out into the town and the town kills him.
Yeah.
That would have been super satisfying.
But it didn't happen.
That didn't happen because I wanted to make another movie.
He disappeared into the sewers.
Which that wasn't supposed to happen either. They changed some reason over COVID. Something because the Halloween Ends, which I'm very interested to see what that script was supposed to look like, was supposed to take place on the same night. So Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends were all supposed to be in the same night.
They switched it up. But
for some reason, they had this idea that they wanted to make it 4 years later, and they wanted Corey Cunningham to be a thing, and they just had, I don't know.
Corey Cunningham.
I don't know. So the original ending of this movie was Michael was supposed to go up. He kills Allison or Karen. He kills Karen, who is the daughter of Laurie Strode. Laurie from the hospital calls. Michael picks up the phone. You hear Michael breathing over the phone, and Laurie says, "I'm coming for you, Michael," and then drops the phone and is leaving the hospital wounded with the knife. So then Halloween Ends was supposed to be her hunting down Michael.
It really didn't happen, though.
And that didn't happen because they changed the movie. So
She's too busy writing in her diary.
Yeah, so the ending of the movie of Halloween Kills is just Michael killing Allison or Karen and then
disappearing,
leaving
into the sewers.
Exactly. So Michael, for whatever reason, so they changed the whole idea of the third movie, and they create this movie where it takes place 4 years later. For whatever reason, Michael just poof,
Disappeared.
Gone. Doesn't feel like doing it anymore. He lives in a sewer.
Eating rats.
Or hobos or something for 4 years.
Stealing from hobos.
Doesn't feel like killing people anymore. Is injured, but not bleeding out or dying from infection or anything. Fucking vanishes off the face of the planet. Laurie and Allison are now living together, and Laurie Strode has moved on. And I liked Laurie Strode in this movie. She was badass, but she was normal. She was toned down. She felt like a human being. Laurie has moved on from the events that have taken place, which I don't buy, because if she didn't move on from the events that took place in 1978, which led to 2018, where Michael only killed like 4 people, compared to the events that took place in Halloween 2018, where Michael killed half the town and her daughter, I don't really buy that Laurie Strode is now chilling out making pies.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't buy that one. That one doesn't make sense to me. Now you have Corey Cunningham, who in the beginning of this movie kind of feels like a different creative team just took a hold. And this movie was marketed as, this is the final confrontation between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. It's the end of these characters, or at least the actors who play these characters.
Yeah, I remember the trailer you showed me. You think they're going to be fighting each other almost the whole movie, but that's not what happened.
Which was really supposed to happen in Halloween Ends in the original cut, I feel like. This movie really, it felt like it was a part of the original franchise. There's like a fly flying around here. I see it too.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Killed it.
This felt like it was a part of the original movies, like the first 10 minutes of Halloween Ends. Kind of takes place on Halloween night. It takes place a year after the like events. I don't really understand that, but like the kid dying was brutal.
Oh, at the beginning?
Yeah, where Corey like knocks him down like 7 flights.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
I knew that the kid was gonna die. I just didn't
Oh, that way?
I didn't know that was gonna happen.
I should have known though, because they showed those stairs like 4 different times.
Gnarly. If you are, I should say this, spoiler warning for Halloween Ends.
Yeah, don't watch this if you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, whoops.
Well,
I'll have to edit that in too. Spoiler warning.
No, you don't.
So if you're like nervous of children dying in movies or something like that, I would skip this one, because this one's pretty brutal. Like the kid,
Oh, he eats it.
his whole back, like dude, snap.
And then later in the movie, when they're in the house, it's almost like they didn't clean up the blood.
Yeah, which is weird. Like they moved out
They didn't clean the blood spot up.
and they didn't clean the blood spot up. Excuse me, honey, can you help me move this bookshelf? Watch out for stepping on our kid's blood. What? Fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, that part didn't. There's some things in these movies that don't make sense.
That don't make sense. So Corey Cunningham is introduced. The actor who plays Corey Cunningham does a great job.
Yeah.
He's really good in this movie. The character's not all that bad. He finds his way to conveniently run into Michael Myers in the sewer, who lets him go for some reason. And then Michael grabs him by the neck, and then something that happens in this movie that isn't really explained is that Michael looks in Corey's eyes, and nobody really knows. And then at that moment, Corey was not the same.
It's like evil transfer.
I don't know. We'll never know. They didn't say.
Something happened.
We don't know if Michael saw evil in this kid. We don't know if Michael transferred evil into him. We don't know. But keep in mind, Michael is supposed to be just a guy. So I don't really understand it. Then Michael and Corey are collaborating, murdering people.
Teaming up.
Which has never been done before. Michael, one thing that happened in this film that I didn't notice the first time we watched it, but whenever Corey drags the ex-boyfriend in the sewers for Michael to kill, he's clearly weak and he's beaten up, and Michael's stumbling over there. Then he stabs him, and then Michael kind of shakes, right? And then he sits up straight, and then he just
is normal
and continues to kill him. So maybe the more Michael kills, the stronger he gets. So maybe he needed Corey to help him or something. Laurie's onto him. One thing about this movie that really pissed me off was the fucking sewer where Corey just walks in the sewer and walks up to Michael, who's just standing there. Hey, Corey. And Corey goes, you have something that I want, and continues to bitch and pussy out horror icon, 6'8", 300-pound Michael Myers. You must not have heard me. I'll say it again. Corey Cunningham punks out, judo throws, spine buster tackles Michael Myers, just goes, you have something that I want, and just rips the mask off his head. Makes Michael look like a little bitch. This is a Halloween movie. Michael's not in this movie really at all. Has not a lot of screen time. He's a side character. Gets benched into the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So then Corey gets the mask. He's going to kill people he hates, all the bullies, and his mom, and the DJ guy, which that was the best death in the movie, was the snip snip. And then he decides he's going to go kill Laurie. This is the best scene in the movie where Laurie fakes her suicide.
That scene.
That scene is badass, where Corey opens up the door, and she's like, did you fucking really think I was going to kill myself? Puts 2 in his chest. He falls down the stairs. Then for, another decision I don't really get about the movie is all the build-up that you did with Corey Cunningham ends because he kills himself until Michael shows up and breaks his neck. Yeah. And then Laurie and Michael had the fight that was supposed to be the main build-up to this whole movie.
Yeah, we've been waiting for it for almost 2 movies, too.
Yeah, 4 years.
Only 4 years.
But that, they finally have their fight, which was not really focused on for a lot of this movie. It was a good fight.
Yeah, that was a good.
It was short, but it was fine. And then they dump Michael in the trash compactor thing, grind him up, and kill him. Which I'm happy with. I'm glad they had the balls.
So is that the last movie that
Yes.
they're making? Okay.
Well, until
someone wants to.
Until they feel like doing it again. But I'm glad that Laurie Strode's character had a good ending that I'm happy with. I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis needs to play this character anymore. And I think that this sets her out in a place where she doesn't have to play this character anymore. It's a really good conclusion for her character. Unfortunately, it's just not a great movie for the conclusion of the Michael Myers character, which this isn't going to be the last Michael Myers appearance. It's just going to be a reboot and a different actor and a different writer. No fucking way. They're not going to have him wait 5 years, 6 years, and they're going to reboot this movie. I would make a fantastic Halloween movie.
It makes a lot of money, right?
Oh my God.
Because even if they made one next year, I'd still go watch it.
Yeah.
Because we do it on Halloween.
I would, dude. I could make a fantastic Halloween movie.
Oh yeah.
Let me make a Halloween movie, dude. Oh my god. It would be so good. So, like I was thinking about the other day, like how I would make it, and it would be fucking awesome.
Do you have any idea what the villain would be? Like the
it'd be Michael Myers.
Oh, you'd reboot it?
I'd reboot, yeah, because I'm not gonna leave Michael Myers like on the bench.
I didn't know if you were making a whole new series or no, you're rebooting.
No, I would make if I was making a Halloween movie where it had Michael Myers in it. I wouldn't call it Halloween. I'd call it like The Shape, which is like Halloween, which is like Michael Myers' name is The Shape. I wouldn't even like call him Michael Myers. Like in the background, like it would like there would be like a TV broadcast or something like that, and it'd be like 6 months ago,
Michael Myers.
3 suspects from the state penitentiary escaped. Joe Schmidt, blah blah blah, and Michael Myers have not been seen in the last 6 months. So like there's a guy wearing the Michael Myers mask, killing people, but it's not like that's Michael Myers, but like you can figure out that that's Michael Myers. I would make it very simplistic. The whole movie takes place pretty much in one house. There's no real motive.
Just killing.
Just make it simple. Make it a simplistic story where Michael is just fucking killing people, but not even Michael. Just as far as the audience knows, a guy in a fucking mask is murdering people.
Psycho.
A psycho. We had a little camera issue, but audio issue, but we fixed it. We'll just go ahead and pick up. So that's what I would do if I would make a Halloween movie. I'd make a great Halloween movie. But overall, I think Halloween ends, well, not a great ending to the story, in my opinion, was not.
You have an echo too?
I do, but I am immediately going to forget about it, so I'm not that worried about it. It's just
I'm going to try to.
Yeah, it's just these microphones. It's fine. Just take your headphones off.
Confusing me.
I'm the fucking only one here.
Oh, just the echoes.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I'll give Halloween Ends a 6 out of 10, I guess.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad, but
I think the environment of the movie, or just like the whole setup of it being in October is what's cool about it.
Yeah, I agree.
It was just a normal movie.